Now let's consider the Tibetan Spaniel's neck and body. The neck is moderately short, strong, and well set on. It is covered with a mane or shawl of longer hair, which is more pronounced in dogs than in bitches. What about this dog? The neck appears too short and heavy and is out of proportion to the rest of the dog's body. This correct, well-placed neck allows the dog to carry his head high, with the typical proud carriage of this breed. Note that the mane may not develop until after the dog is 2 years of age, and may be a lighter color than the rest of the dog. The shoulders are well placed and laid back. The upper arm should have corresponding angulation, so that the front legs are well under the dog. The elbow will then fall on a line directly below the withers. These correct shoulders will help the dog move with the brisk action which is a characteristic of the breed. This dog has a well laid back shoulder blade, but his short, straight upper arm throws the front assembly out of balance. But these shoulders appear to be too straight, as does this short blade and long, straight upper arm. This may also result in inefficient movement in front. These correctly laid back shoulders are desirable. The forelegs are firm at the shoulder with moderate bone. From the front, you can see that the forelegs are slightly bowed. This is typical of the breed. You can also see that the chest is moderately wide and fairly deep. These forelegs are incorrect. They're bowed too much and are out at the elbow. Although the Tibetan Spaniel's forelegs should be slightly bowed, this much curve is faulty. This dog is too clunky, with too heavy bone. This young dog's forequarters are correctly built, with a moderate amount of bone and a slight bow in the forelegs. From the side, see how the front assembly is correct. The pasterns are only slightly sloping. The Tibetan Spaniel is hare-footed. Indeed, he is the only native Tibetan breed with this shape of foot. The feet should be small and neat. The feathering between the toes will often extend beyond the foot like this. Note that small cat feet are faulty in this breed. Dew claws may be removed. As mentioned earlier, the Tibetan Spaniel's body is slightly longer than the height at the withers, but only slightly. This dog's body proportions are correct, while this dog is clearly too long in body and too low on leg. This one appears too high on leg, too short in body, and square. The Tibetan Spaniel's body is slightly longer than the height at the withers, like this. This makes the Tibetan Spaniel rectangular in appearance, rather than square. See how this dog's body is well ribbed, with the ribs carried well back toward the strong loin. The top line is level. This top line dips behind the withers and roaches toward the rear. It is incorrect.